Do it live! I like to start my streams like the horrible and reprehensible Bill O'Reilly as a joke and say, "Let's do it live! We'll do it live, damn it!" Classic clip from a horrible person. Hello, everybody. And speaking of horrible people, let's talk about it. Hello from Argentina. Hola, Saponeto. I'll see you in 6 or 7 or 8 months. What am I eating? I'm eating a salad full of raw lettuce and cucumber and tender leafy green veggie stuff like that with avocado, balsamic vinegar, and lime, and almonds, and some hot sauce. And this is sweet potato, white potato, black beans, carrots, squash, curry powder, a little bit of coconut oil. Yeah. Hello from Indiana. Produce, not pills, in the house. Welcome to the live stream. I think it would be fun to talk about Charles. I think it would be fun to talk about a lot of things, but most importantly, to get your guys' questions, and also when you throw me a super chat, which supports Maggie and my travels of inspiring all you, creating entertainment, creating content. Hi, Maggie. I will do a freestyle rap on behalf of, and you'll be able to laugh at my face. It'll be funny. We'll all get a good joke out of it, and sometimes I actually have some good rhymes, actually. Most of the time, no. There's a light there. I'm going to turn it off to make the lighting even better. Should be a bit brighter. Sounds delicious. Yes, it is. Delicious and nutritious. Love all the food you eat. Thanks. What should I make for dinner? You should make rice and beans. You should always have rice and beans for dinner. Or potatoes and beans. I think most people should have what I have. Salad and starches and beans. That's really healthy. All right, we got a super chat. Thank you so much, Amanda Esposito. Wow. So the way it works, guys, is when you give me a super chat, which supports the channel, supports my travels, supports my whole life out here, I will do a rap for you guys, and you'll laugh in my face, and everyone will cheer in their homes at how funny it is. Amanda Esposito, wait a minute, monito, because I see you in the garden, in the jungle. It's all fungal. There's mushrooms coming out of the trees, and it's coming, and it's making me believe that I'm in an alternate reality, because when you eat the mushroom, you go vroom vroom, and you go on a journey. You go inside the broom. It's like you're sweeping the earth, and it is made of, and that's where the rhyme ends. So I hope you enjoyed it, and that's what you get if you throw me a super chat. We're going on a trippy journey together, and it's fun, and I appreciate the love. Thank you so much for supporting. It's really fucking cool that you guys can come out and support me if you're entertained by my Instagram stories, which I post like 20 or more a day, and thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. It's fucking fun to be a YouTuber. Even though I made less than $100 this month on YouTube. That's serious. I don't really make money anymore, so you guys supporting me is huge. Are you even vegan still? I'm 100% vegan. I've not eaten any animal products, killed any animals, last 7 years, 100% vegan. Am I still killing fish? When did I kill fish? Oh, are you killing fish yet? No. Vegan for the win. King of cringe, yes, but that's what it's all about. It's funny. Didn't you laugh? Cringy stuff is fun. Because it's like, oh my god. See? And Amanda enjoyed it. She got what she paid for. What do you guys think about the gains? Think I'm looking a little stronger than before? Been lifting, eating, feeling good. More questions. Let's go. Keep them coming. Yes, Izzy Davis is not vegan, but I talk to Izzy once in a while, and she's like 90-something% vegan. So I think Izzy's doing her thing. I think it's okay. She's not someone to hate on when it comes to ex-vegans. She still believes in a plant-based diet. She's just not 100%. She's not carnivore. She's not keto. Nothing like that. Charles is the king of cringe. True. All right, thoughts on Bobby's perspective slaughtering a pig. So I watched some of the video, and it was super disturbing. Those pigs lived in terrible conditions. Pigs are just as smart and emotional as our dogs. So those pigs were crammed into a little concrete dirt area with no stimulation, filthy conditions, and not given any love. Those pigs live miserable lives. That's abuse. That's animal abuse. And then they took them out of the pens, and they slaughtered it on the floor. Now, that whole process is unnecessary because we can eat plants, which causes less deaths than killing animals for the most part, unless you hunt your animals or you kill 1 or 2 animals a year and put it in your freezer and eat that for the whole year. And I keep on talking about that, guys. If you're buying industrially grown food, which I am traveling, there is an ethical argument that if you kill 1 or 2 cows per year and butcher it and put it in your freezer, and then you're a carnivore and you only eat that and you don't eat any vegetables from a grocery store or bread from a grocery store or beer, which, come on, how many fucking meat eaters don't also contribute to agriculture? But if you truly don't contribute to agriculture at all and you kill 2 or 3 animals a year, you can make an argument that that is even more vegan than my diet. You really can, because there are animals that are killed in plant agriculture. But Bobby goes to restaurants eating fish. He eats chicken livers. He eats salmon, eggs. Like, he eats stuff from all over the place that's contributing to more deaths as well. So it's total bullshit. I guarantee you, my diet contributes to less deaths of sentient beings than fucking Bobby's stupid-ass diet. So then they killed it. So yeah, it was total abuse. It was terrible. But I'm also going to keep it real and just say my opinion. Doing it that way on a more local scale is better than factory farming. It just is. Less transportation. It's just a more sustainable process. When it comes to the ethics, those pigs live terrible lives and then were killed. It's terrible. It's unnecessary. So, but I commend him. I commend him given that he wanted to make the bad choice to eat animal products, which he thinks is a good choice, that he went out and saw what it fucking takes. Because the worst thing is if you're just a mindless meat eater going to the grocery store eating abused factory farmed animals. At least Bobby knows what it takes now. And I do commend a person who wants to eat meat who kills the animals themselves. I don't commend them for it. I commend them over someone who doesn't go and see how to kill them. Does that make sense? Do you have blue hair now, Rebecca? Oh yeah, Rebecca's in the chat. She's my friend. We were chatting this evening. We chat all the time. She's very cool. Has a great account. Go check her out. What is your account? Like, whatever makes you happy or something like that? And yeah, she does have crazy blue hair. It's awesome. Any thoughts about Elise using a shock collar on her dog? I don't know anything about shock collars. I don't know if it's an actual shock or if it's just like a little buzz that tells them to go away. So you let me know. Do shock collars hurt dogs? I honestly probably doubt it, let's be honest. But if they do, then that's fucked up. Maggie doesn't even wear a collar. She's free as fuck. And if you spend time with your dog and teach them things, you don't have to worry about that stuff. I'll be honest. I'll be totally honest here. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to speak my mind. I think Elise is a cool person. She's my friend. I disagree with her on many things, obviously, but I think she's doing her best in her human experience. And Elise bought a dog from a breeder. That's just a 101, a fucking terrible thing to do. I don't care if you're vegan, if you're a meat eater. There's too many dogs in this world, and when you buy dogs and support the breeding industry, it implies and makes sure that other dogs are going to go to fucked up homes and then get abused and go into shelters. So it is fucked up to support the breeding of any animal whatsoever for human entertainment that don't balance the ecosystem. So Elise buys a dog, doesn't adopt, which is so fucked. As a vegan too, serious. I've made videos on that. And then she puts a shock collar on it, and she travels all over the place. And sometimes I look on Elise's channel and she's just in new places all the time. I'm like, dude, you just got a dog. Spend time with your fucking dog. And speaking of abusing dogs, Maggie's whining because her food is right up there cooling down a little bit. She's eating sweet potato, flax seeds, black beans, little veggie oil, and steamed carrots tonight, and it's cooling down. And she's crying, but I'm not abusing her. She's just hungry. You'll eat in a second, Fat Maggie. I love you. I call her Fat Maggie because when I got her, she was very, very, very obese. But now she's skinny fit Maggie. So, okay, you want to eat Maggie? I'll give you your food. It's probably cool. Yeah, it's nice and cool for Maggie. Gonna be yummy. Good girl. Good Maggie baby. You eat your food like a lovely girl. I love Maggie. So, look, I understand Elise has a big business. She's very famous. And she travels all over the place. I personally have a little bit of a problem as someone who spends a lot of time with my dog, meaning all day, every day, and I know what it's like when I leave her just for an hour to go do something. And I don't like that Elise leaves her dog all the time and just travels. And, like, when you get a dog, it's a responsibility. And some people can need to travel, but, like, she really goes all over the place. And I feel like... So maybe it's an unjust criticism. It just... I noticed it a little bit. So with the shock collar thing, yeah, I just don't know if it hurts the dog, really, or it just gives them a little message to not go over there. So I'm curious to see what you guys think. It's confusing. How does he go? Sorry, I'm trying to see the next comment. Oh, I'm going to put on my blue light blocking glasses. These are my blue light blocking computer glasses so my eyes don't get as damaged because I spend so much screen time. So much time on my computer. Amanda says, how does Bobby go from vegan to killing animals? Because he really believes that vegan food, a vegan diet is really unhealthy. So that's just a part of his journey, and I guess we're all entitled to think what we think. The main reason Jake Summers had to stop veganism was the fiber. Jake, I will let you know that completely unvegan microbiome scientists say that a high-fiber diet is the best fuel. Fiber is the fuel for your microbiome, which is actually the bacteria that makes up most of the weight of your body, and that eating fiber is extremely good. But if fiber was giving you problems, there are lots of low-fiber vegan foods. You can try a vegan keto diet, which is low in fiber. So I don't think that's an excuse, but you can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. Do you think Charles is anorexic? I don't know. I don't watch or take in much of his content, although we chat in the DMs. I think he's fucking crazy, and we'll get into him in a bit. Do you, they, there are vegans that are cheating and don't want to admit it? Oh, do you think that there are vegans, is what you meant to say? No. I don't know of any vegans on YouTube that I think are secretly eating animal products. I don't think that. I really don't. Oh, so Well, dude, okay, so 3 red pills a day says if every person, by the way, there's 7 billion people on the planet, not 5 billion, ate 2 cows per year, that equals so many deaths. True, one, that's impossible. There's not enough land to feed grass-fed animal products to every human. So if some people want to eat grass-fed and we want to take down factory farming, that means there's going to be like 90% of the world has to be vegan anyways. So that's kind of awesome. And two, dude, the whole point is I'm saying that our vegan diets are killing more animals than if everyone just killed 2 cows per year. So there's even more bloodshed on a diet of a vegan diet versus if every single human only killed 2 animals per year. But that's a fake thing to think about. That's not possible. So we don't even have to entertain that discussion if we should all just eat grass-fed food because we don't have land to support that. We have to grow plants, and that's why I believe in veganism, because it contributes to less deaths than if everyone's just eating meat all the time. Factory farm meat, because to get factory farm meat, you have to grow even more plant-based agriculture in order to get that factory farm meat. Thus, you get all the deaths in agriculture plus the death of the animal. Come on. Vegan makes the most sense ethically and environmentally, but people like Charles don't believe in climate change because they're literally fucking insane. Maggie, get your ball. Yeah. You guys want to see Maggie? We're talking such deep shit. Maggie thinks there's a ball in that backpack, but there's not, Maggie. Look. No ball. Look up. You lost it at the beach. We lost a very important ball today. But someone will find it and be happy. Okay. Yeah, I watched a little of the Tim Sheaf interview on London Real, and I just turned it off after 5 minutes. At this point, it just drives me crazy. Like, I used to consume a lot of that content, and now it's just like, oh, fuck it. Just fuck. It's just so depressing. And frustrating. Next question. Hey, alright. This is ridiculous. I talked to a lot of people on the DMs, okay? And Raquel from Spain, whatever makes my happiness on Instagram, everyone go follow her. She just got mad at me that I didn't know her name. I'm sorry, we have a good relationship. I just didn't remember your name. Don't be upset about that. I know who you are as a person, and we are friends, and I love your Instagram account. So go follow whatever makes my happiness. She has some of the prettiest fruit platters I've ever seen. Don't be sad. We're friends. My favorite breed of dog is Rescue. That is awesome. That'd be a cool tattoo in some way to get that, like, in a emblem of, like, a paw or something. Speak the truth about Elise. I did. What do you think about Drew Morg? He's my friend. I think he's completely misled. That's about it. Well, no, Raquel, it's not delayed. It's delayed about 30 seconds, but I'm just taking time to go through the chats. So I'm answering older questions because it takes me time to answer them. Don't you get that? Next question. You guys are just saying all these crazy things in the chat. There's not many questions, so I'm just slowly going through them. Hypothetical thinking. Hypothetical, thinking back on your bike experience, do you think you would have been safe as a woman? This is a really interesting conversation. So, guys, use the hashtag function when you search on Instagram. Search for bike touring. There are tons of women solo cycling the world as we speak, and I'm friends with many of them, and I talk to them. I'm even friends with a woman who's currently walking all on foot, pulling like a trailer with her dog, just like me, by herself from Argentina to Alaska. So yes, there are tons of women who do this by themselves. There's mainly men or couples for sure, but it's absolutely doable by a woman. Is it slightly more dangerous? Probably, because we live in a misogynistic world and men are generally more aggressive, obviously, than women. And it is probably slightly more dangerous, and you will experience more harassment. And that's a terrible part of the world. It's a terrible reality in the world. Is it doable? Yes. Am I privileged to be a man in order to do this? Yes. Definitely slightly safer. But many women do it. Most people don't believe in climate change here. I really hope that's not true. I got my degree in environmental science. I studied climate change. And if you deny it, you're just an idiot. There's nothing else to say. You are an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. It's so obvious. It's such easy science to understand climate change and why humans are creating it. I think Maggie is to pee. Give me 1 second. Like literally 2 minutes or less. Maggie, do you need to pee? Come on. Look, I stay up here and she goes down the stairs and pees. Go pee. Go pee pee. Quick one. Quick pee pee. No, come here. Go pee pee there. Go pee pee. Good girl. Pee pee girl. 1 second, guys. Alright, we're back. The pee-pee was made. Maggie, did you go pee-pee? Yes, you did, you pretty girl, and that's your ball, and you want me to play with you, and I will. Woo! Just a reminder, guys, we got 40 people in the stream, which is rad. If you give me a super chat, $1, $2, $3, $5, whatever value you think my YouTube channel and Instagram and Insta Story gives you, you know, I put out a shit ton of content on Instagram and Insta Story showing you guys my life, and I made about $70 on YouTube in the last 30 days. So I definitely need your guys' support. And if you like what I'm doing, please throw in a super chat of $5 or something, or $3, $2, and I will do a freestyle rap about your username, and you'll laugh in my face, and we'll all have a great time, and that's what you get. It's going to be awesome. I'm eating dinner. AOC is the best. I agree. No, we're not waiting for Charles, but I'm down to talk about him. Are you blue-pilled? I don't know what that means. Drew's vegan carnivore experiment results convince me plant-based is better. Whoa! I need to watch that video. That's awesome. Tim Sheaf on hunting. If Tim Sheaf wants to hunt his food, hunting is definitely the most ethical and most environmentally sustainable way to source meat. It can't be done by everyone because then there'd be no more animals. But an elite group of people are able to hunt in our world. And if you want to eat meat, hunting is the best way to do it. Do plant-based consumers poop green? No, my poop looks the same as everyone else's, just a healthy poop. Oh, Rebecca can't go hiking and camping because her friends don't want to. That's sad. Philosophy of Fruit asks if I can get Ebola in Costa Rica. That is on the least of my problems on my radar. That is not something I fear. Is it even around here? Like, that's crazy. I'm much more likely to get herpes or a sexually transmitted disease, even though I barely get any action. Or the flu. I mean, Ebola? Are you serious? No, Maggie's name was Maggie when I rescued her, and I decided not to change it. Ravana was a cheating vegan, but then she came out. Like, you got to admit, guys, if someone, like, I don't like that people were saying Elise was lying and stuff, or Ravana was lying. Look, imagine you're a famous vegan YouTuber, and you realize that you don't want to be vegan anymore, which is your personal choice. I don't agree with it, but it's your choice. It's going to take you a couple weeks to think about it because you're nervous. You guys got to realize these are human beings. So it's not that they were lying. They were waiting to tell the truth. And they eventually told the truth. Come on. Wow, the plant-based markers were better. I cannot wait to watch that video. Holy shit. Do you have to soak your greens in vinegar in Costa Rica for amoeba? I just wash stuff. Just a little rinse. I don't do anything special. No, Jake Summers, you're so wrong. You said she only came out because she got caught. You think she would go years promoting veganism? Such bullshit. She was just waiting for an opportunity, and it happened to happen. I think that's conspiracy thinking that she would never have come out. Come on. It's ridiculous. I've never watched his Ebola content. It's just stupid. Okay, more questions. I've answered all the questions. All right, let's talk about Charles. Let's go. Let's do this. So I'm sure there's lots of things that I won't address because I don't watch his content. Most of it, I don't watch. But I've had lots of conversations with him personally, and he's made videos about me, many, all of which have 1, 2, 3, 5 lies at least. And he makes posts on Instagram, which get like 10 likes, by the way, because of course he's not going to get likes, because he's a fucking idiot troll. I'm sorry. He's fun to talk to. I'm simply talking about his content. I'm not talking about him as just a soul and an individual. I'm talking about his content. He's clearly disturbed. He's a past drug addict. He's gone to prison. I feel bad for him. He has no money. He lives in a van. I feel fucking bad. I'm serious. He's crazy. Like, I want to make sure to say that. I feel bad for him. He clearly has mental problems. And in our conversations, he believes that Jews are genetically superior and create a lot of, and like kind of are trying to take over the world. And Maggie, why are you licking your bowl? You already ate it. I know you love food. You love food so much, but there's nothing in there. He thinks that black people are inferior. He makes posts like, how come Maggie needs some water. How come no black countries are prosperous? as economically prosperous as prominently white countries. And we can talk about that. That's probably true. There's probably no countries in Africa that are as prosperous as the United States, England, Japan. Obviously, Japan is not a white country, but Asian. And I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that the color of your skin dictates your intelligence. There's history involved. There's history of colonization, of communities who happen to develop certain weapons because they had to defend themselves in their communities. Like, this is ancient years and years of stuff. And also racism and prejudice. I mean, slavery is a lingering problem still with racism in the United States. Slavery is illegal, except prisoners are technically slaves because they get paid $1 per hour to fight our forest fires, which is modern day slavery, pretty much. But there's so much history beyond just the current economic prosperity of people, and there's just so many exceptions. Like, okay, I'm ancestrally Jewish. I was in like the middle level academically all the way through school. I wasn't at the top. There were black kids that were way smarter than me. Like, obviously, I don't understand why in 2019 Charles is the most inspired to talk about Ebola, anti-Semitism, and how black countries are not prosperous. That's what he thinks he needs to talk about on the internet. Like, those are the most pressing issues. It's such racial signaling in this MAGA culture, in this Donald Trump society we live in, and he hashtags MAGA. I mean, Donald Trump got millions of dollars given to him by his daddy, and he bankrupted 9 companies. You know what a good businessman would do? You know what you would do if your daddy gave you millions of dollars? You would create a successful company. Donald Trump is a bungling idiot. The reason that he's president is because he was born into an extremely rich family. He was able to become a celebrity, not a politician. He got immense name recognition, and then the stupid, corrupt establishment Democratic Party, like Hillary Clinton and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who are not real progressives. I wouldn't even say real Democrats. I mean, socially they are, but economically they're almost the same as Republicans. And corruption-wise, in terms of getting money from their corporate donors, the stupid Democratic Party decided to conspire against Bernie Sanders, who was a progressive populist, and put Hillary Clinton up instead, the worst candidate ever, versus Donald Trump. And the country was like, fuck it, let's do something crazy. So, Donald Trump's an idiot. Charles is into Donald Trump. Also, Charles talks about, like, Donald Trump calls out the military-industrial complex. Dude, the Secretary of State appointed by Donald Trump, Mike Pompeo, before he was a politician, was a manufacturer of parts for aerospace weapons companies. Okay? Donald Trump is the swamp. He's not getting rid of the swamp. He's the corrupt swamp monster that loves war, even though he decided not to go to war with Iran, I believe it was, just this week after they shot down a U.S. Surveillance drone. But great, he does one reasonable thing that the whole country would have been mad at him about, and we just say, like, yay, Donald Trump, you're the best. But you do a million other terrible things, like put war hawks in your corrupt war hawks from private industry into your administration. It's just pathetic. And Donald Trump has a lingering history of racism. Look up what he did to the kids of the Central Park Five, who in the 80s or 80s, I believe, were convicted of raping and killing a white woman in Central Park. They were put in jail. Turned out the person who actually did it was, who I don't think was even black, actually did it, and the kids were released because it was proven that they didn't do it. And Donald Trump, after that fact, that the black kids were proven to be innocent, paid for an ad in the New York Times saying those kids should go back to jail. Donald Trump's a disgusting racist. And if you believe in him, like Charles hashtagging MAGA, you're a fucking idiot. I don't give a shit. What else about Charles? He posts pictures of women with big noses and just writes Jew question mark. Like, if you don't think that's anti-Semitic and just weird signaling, I don't know what to say. Next, he doesn't believe in climate change. I can't even start this conversation. So that's what I think about Charles. None of his content is real. It's all conspiratorial. It's all to get clicks and be controversial. It's not real. You should not watch his videos. Don't give him attention. That's what I think about him. All right, we can move on. But I don't think he should be taken off YouTube. No. We should let idiots speak their idiocracy as long as they're not physically, violently hurting people. Just let them be an idiot. And we can all call him an idiot because it's a free world. You're all about free speech, Charles. Well, you're an idiot, and people can call you an idiot and call you out. Get used to it. Deal with it, bitch. Deal with it, bitch. One thing I will kill as a vegan is the mosquito. It'll eat me alive. The same thing as killing things when you're walking around. Insects. Is it racist to say Jews own the banks and media? It's not. It is racist to say they own it. It's not racist to say there happens to be a higher percentage of Jews in those industries based on the Jewish population, and that can be because of family history and just families going into the same industries. And here's an interesting thing: 20% of Nobel laureates, like the smartest people in the world who are given awards for their intelligence, 20% of the history of winners of Nobel laureates are Jewish, and only 0.2 of the human population is Jewish. So essentially, that is saying that Jews are really smart. Now, we can talk about whether that is literally genetic in our blood that we have intelligence. And I say we because I was raised Jewish, and my great-grandparents are Jewish, and my whole family is Jewish. I don't practice it as a religion, but I am genetically a Jew. Like, Jews have genetics. We have big noses. We have certain features. I have the smallest Jew nose out of my whole family. My parents and my brothers, or my dad and my brothers, have massive Jew noses. It's a genetic thing because we're from a small pool of people, and ancestrally we only bred with other Jews. So is it a cultural thing that we have instilled those cultural values of education and somehow got money even though we've been persecuted out of any other religion more than any religion in all of history, but somehow we overcame that and we breed with each other and we value education because we've always had to survive. So you can make an argument, yeah, maybe we have certain genetic qualities that help, but it has nothing to do with being Jewish. It's just human beings who are smart, breeding with each other and making certain things. It has nothing to do with spirituality. It has nothing to do with Judaism. That's why I have a problem with some of the thinking. But it is interesting that Jews tend to be smart. I don't know enough, but it's just silly because there are tons of black Christians and Asian Buddhists who are smarter than Jews, who are smarter than me. So it's not, I don't know why we need to waste our time talking about these things when there's so many more interesting and important things to talk about. I don't know Anna Scanlon. I think she's the woman who's suing him, but I don't know anything about her. We should look at people as individuals, not members of a race. I agree. If ethnic has nothing to do with intelligence, why did you say Jews are... Okay, I answered that, and it's complicated. I don't know the history well enough and why that is. You can look it up. The internet makes me really... I mean, it doesn't, really get to me. It's just, it can be a crazy place sometimes. Okay. Just looking for the next question. You guys are making lots of comments, which is cool, but I'm looking for questions. Dude, people have been calling him racist for decades. You just didn't look deep enough. Jim asks, why does everyone call him racist once he's president? Because he's said a lot of racist policies. Like when he said there's good people on both sides, and by both sides he meant the Nazis protesting in Charlottesville, the Jews will not replace us, and the people who were protesting it. And Trump said there's good people on the Nazi side too. He's a fucking racist. But he was racist before. I told you in the 80s or 70s or something with the Central Park Five. That was 100% racist. So look it up. He's been racist his whole life. God, it's hard to see all the questions. Would you fight Charles? No, I have no fighting skills. I'm not trained. I wouldn't fight anyone. No. I thought race had nothing to do with intelligence. I already got into that and gave you my perspective. Give a shout out to my cat, Mr. Beans. Rachel, thank you so much for the super chat. That's what supports my channel. That's why I'm here, because you guys support me, some of you, and watch my videos and give me a little super chat, and you pledge on my Patreon for all the content inspiration I give you guys, and we couldn't be here without it, and I appreciate you. So Rachel wants me to give a shout out to her cat, and I'm going to rap for her cat, because if you give me a super chat, guys, I will freestyle rap for you, and it'll be cringy and hilarious, and you'll laugh at my face, and we'll all have a good time. Mr. Beans climbs on all of the beams in the house. He loves legumes because he loves his broom just like Maggie. He plays with it like a toy. He's my boy. He farts a lot because he's a cat that eats beans. Cats are carnivores, do you know what I mean? But whatever, it's your choice. Okay, Mr. Beans, I hope you cuddle with Rachel tonight because she is so tight. She's always right because she's in flight over the sky, looking down at all the people eating pie in America. I don't know where you are, but if you're there, I hope that you comb your hair and look into the world and say, my armpits are not bare. That was a fire rhyme. Cringy. Good rhymes. Come on. You guys got to give me a super chat if you want a shout out like that. What have you done with Jesus Christ? I do not believe in any organized religion. I think that there's good philosophies to learn in all religions. Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, they all have some good teachings. But I don't believe in God in any biblical sense. I don't believe in Jesus spiritually. I believe Jesus was probably just a hippie who wanted peace and love. But I don't think that people can have a relationship with him or talk to him. I mean, you can in your own head, but it's not actually happening. And I have no belief in Jesus or a God. I believe that the universe is God, but the reason I say God is that it's just everything. Like, we're all one. You know, these plants came from the earth. Some animals had to decompose into the soil in order to give this nutrition, and now I'm eating it, and I'm literally going to take a shit in the toilet, and that poop is going to go somewhere, and there are organisms that are going to eat that poop and then transport that poop onto a field somewhere, and then I'm going to eat a papaya that had some of my poop in it. So we're all one, but that's scientific. And I think that's what God is. I just love the world. I love nature. And it doesn't get much more complicated than that for me. That's what I believe spiritually. I have no thoughts on Mac Miller and that he was Jewish. I have no thoughts on that. You think there's a pandemic of Nepotism in the Jewish community, causing them to be very high percentage of high positions, even though they only. Honestly, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know. All right, praise God. Good luck on your Jesus journey. I don't buy it. I could be wrong. Like, I'm not atheist. I'm agnostic. I don't claim to know anything about God or higher powers, because how can we fucking know anything? It's just in your mind, guys. You're just creating stories. So, could be real, could not. I don't know, but it doesn't serve me in my life. I love to draw and bike and hike and appreciate nature and try to be sustainable. That's my religion. Just be nice and have fun and contribute some meaning. Are you ready to die? Praise God says. I'm not ready. No, I would love to keep living. I'm not afraid of death at all. I think once we die, we just go away and it's just gone. So there's nothing to be afraid of because you won't know. You won't exist. But I hope I don't die soon because I love life. It's very fun. Have I grown any of my food? Yes, I've grown a lot of my food. I have worked over 100 days on farms in the last 4 years of my life, all organic farms. I've grown food when I lived with my parents in California. I grew peppers, cucumbers, lettuce, spinach, basil, tomatoes. I've grown tons of my food. And after this trip, I will buy some land probably and start an organic farm, fruit and veggie farm. I love these questions. You guys are great in the chat today. Why you don't believe we have a soul? I just believe that we are animals and that we're experiencing the world and we have this like consciousness which makes us all unique. And then once our physical body dies, I think everything involved in that also dies. There's just never been anything in my life to tell me otherwise. And I'm a spiritual cat. I love connection, all that stuff. I just think it's all a part of the biological world. I don't see any reason why you should believe there's anything past death. There's nothing that anyone has ever proven or known to give us even that idea. So I think if you believe in stuff like that, it's just in your own mind, and that's okay, and you're entitled to believe it, but I don't. I love challah. Challah, if you guys don't know, is a Jewish bread eaten every Friday night to celebrate Shabbat, getting ready for our day of rest. I say our, but I don't identify as Jewish. I'm ancestrally and genetically come from Jewish people in Poland. My great-grandparents immigrated from Poland to the United States before the Holocaust. And my grandpa was born in New York, so I guess I'm a third-generation American. There was my grandpa, my dad, and then me and my brothers. And what was I answering? About challah? Yeah, so challah is a bread that they usually put egg wash on top, so you have to buy specifically vegan challah, but obviously when I was growing up, before I was vegan, I ate tons of challah, and it's a sweet, fluffy, amazing bread. It's so delicious. Brings back memories of being a kid. And because I don't want to leave the chat, and I'm cool with doing things like this, I'm not disgusted by my body, I'm going to pee in this bottle so I can stay in the chat with you guys. I'm peeing as we speak. Can you believe that? And it's clear. There's a slight tinge of opaque yellow, but it's mainly clear. It's good shit. And then if I was Tim Sheaf, I'd start drinking it. You guys want to see a body update? So essentially I've been bulking for the last probably like 2 months at this point, maybe, month and a half, 2 months. I was really fucking skinny. Go look at my pictures from like 3 or 4 months ago on my Instagram. I was fucking tiny, and I've been lifting weights and not biking as much and eating like a monster. And the theory is, not a theory, it's just what I do. It's a scientific approach. Is to eat like a monster, lift weights, build muscle, and then I'll go through like a 4 to 6 weeks shred down where I reveal that muscle and lose some fat. So right now I'm pretty thick, but it's an intentional choice to build muscle, and then I'll get more shredded. But here's what I look like right now. Pretty happy with it. I put on a lot of muscle. I can not only feel it in my lifting, but I can see it. It's pretty good. Stoked. Feeling strong. Feeling big. And for my retreat, which by the way, 3 spots left for my retreat in Costa Rica, coming in a few months. Look at those chest gains. Look at those titty gains. There's still some spots open for my retreat. So come to Costa Rica. Costs $600. Once you land in Costa Rica and pay me $600 online, everything is covered. You don't have to pay anything while you're here for accommodation, food, transportation around Costa Rica. I got it all taken care of. Ooh, I have more food to eat. That's good. I got more in my pot for dinner. Speaking of pot, I haven't been smoking pot, which has been really good. I love pot, but right now in my life, I just can't handle it. I think it's because I'm so lonely and wanting a girlfriend. I just like go down, I get into a bad place when I'm smoking pot right now in my life, so I've decided to abstain from that. Although when I am in a relationship and kind of have someone that is with me, I think I'll be able to enjoy it healthfully, but right now it's just too much for me. I make bad life decisions, usually just around like binge eating and lack of energy when I smoke pot right now in my life, so I don't like it. But it's not the pot's fault. It's just my emotional state. I'm very happy, guys. It's just, I'm sensitive and that I really want companionship because I'm lonely. And pot does bad things to exasperate that. And when I'm sober, like I am now, I am able to deal with those things much more healthfully by talking with friends and family and meditating and spending time with Maggie and practicing gratitude. And I'm just not able to do that when I'm smoking pot all the time. So just to let you guys know about my current weed smoking career has been put on hold. And the weed out here sucks. Like, if you're a professional weed smoker, like I am, I smoked a lot of weed over the last few years, being a California boy. There's good weed and there's terrible weed. There's a huge spectrum of weed. And the weed out here is terrible. So it's not even worth it. Let's get some super chats, help support the channel, and you'll get a wrap. Oh, look at that. We got a super chat. That is awesome. Sunflower Walks. What a name. $5 super chat. That's so generous. You clearly get inspired by what Maggie and I do. I mean, guys, do it for Maggie. Look at how cute this thing is. Look how cute this little monster is. You're a monster, Maggie. You're a little poop monster. I love Maggie. Help support the channel. I'll rap for you. You'll laugh in my face. It'll be good fun. Do you think Donald Trump is an anti-Semite, even though all of his... No, I don't think he's an anti-Semite. I do not think Donald Trump's an anti-Semite. Does dill grow wild? I don't know. Okay, so now we have gotten to the Sunflower Walk super chat. Can you shout out my best friend, Allison Guerra? She loves potatoes so much, she's probably going to turn into one. Allison Guerra, she is a perra, which it means a dog, and you know dogs, they love to eat french fries because they're cool guys. She loves potatoes so much, she's going to turn into one. I saw her the other day, she was playing with clay in the dirt, in the ground, trying to dig herself in so she could become a potato. I said, hey, I think that is a Panono. That's a bad idea. Come back to the earth. You can eat them in your mouth and then you poop them into the earth. And that's how you can become a potato girl. You can't just grow in the ground. You ain't a hound. You're not from the pound. You're an independent woman and you deserve to eat potatoes. Don't become one. We need you in this world to spread the love of the papa. It is Nana. It is the la-la food that helps heal people's mood. It is full of carbs. It is full of nutrients. I'm eating the sweet version of the potato now, and it's making me feel like a clown, and that I want to smile a mile. Allison Guerra, you're awesome. Here's a fun fact for you non-Spanish speakers. when you have R next to each other in Spanish-speaking countries and language, you have to roll your R. So it sounds like this. It's not guerra, it's guerra. Guerra. You gotta learn to do that tongue roll if you want hot sauce go down the throat if you want to be a good Spanish speaker. So thank you so much for the super chat. It is how I'm able to live this life. I made less than $100 this last month on YouTube. It's devastating. So please, guys, give me super chats so that Maggie and I can keep eating rice and beans, potatoes. I mean, look at her. She deserves it. Don't you think you deserve a super chat, Maggie? I appreciate you guys. Did the universe ever begin? Will it ever end? It's a great question, but it is, unfortunately, we are unable to know the answer to that. Not even science knows the answer to that. We know that the Earth is 4.5 billion years old, and that we are about halfway through the planet's history, and that in about 4 billion years, the sun will actually expand and engulf the Earth, which will end planet Earth. But, I mean, the species and all animals and life will die thousands of years before that because it'll become so hot as the sun expands. But the universe, we don't know. So if you want me to just philosophize on it, it's just too fucking crazy. I can't. No, I mean, I can't think of a situation where I can say the universe beginning and ending, because then what is it after the universe? It's not the universe anymore, but then what is there? It's literally fucked up. How are we here? How is being alive a thing? Maggie can't even handle it. Look, she's angry at me that I'm not playing with her and that I'm talking. Maggie, we can't. Okay, I'll play tug of war with you. If you had a child, would you let them ride Maggie? If Maggie liked it and they were light enough and it didn't hurt Maggie, but Maggie wouldn't like it. She doesn't like that stuff, so probably not. But I do want to have a child soon. Any ladies who want to have jungle babies with me, hit me up. Although I am DMing with a couple women who are very cool that I really like and have crushes on, and hope that they come in. One of them comes and visit me, and maybe we can start a vegan family. But that is yet to happen, so I will keep waiting. Did God create the universe? No. I think the universe is completely biological. It's just chemicals and atoms and molecules interacting with each other, which is why we're here. No, bad weed doesn't make me sick. It makes me, like, lazy. It doesn't make me sick. Do you feel comfortable in public high? Yes. I like to be in public high. I've done it so much. It's a fun little challenge. I don't get worried about what people think. I like to be high in public, but I'm not smoking weed these days, so. No! Jim Carrey has not passed away. Are you serious? Oh my god. No way. I'm looking that up right now. Oh my god, no way. No, you're lying. Yeah, you lying fuck. Jim Carrey did not die, you fucker. Can't say shit like that. Jesus Christ. Who said that? I want to block you. Fuck you. I'm blocking that person. How do I block them? Can't say shit like that. God damn it, I don't know how to block them. Fuck it. You suck. Put this user in timeout. Oh, hide user on this fucking thing. Yeah. You suck. Don't say Jim Carrey died. That's a disgrace. Yeah. Vegan chicken burger. That's awesome. My opinion is, look, supporting fast food companies who also abuse animals and pay for it and also serve vegan burgers, we don't want to completely patronize these companies, but we also do want to show them that we want vegan products. So I think it's fine to go support and buy a vegan burger. Don't do it all the time. It's not healthy. There's probably a lot of cross-contamination, but I think it's a great sign of the times, and I hope people buy it, because then it'll show them that that's what we want. This is such a fun stream. I'm so happy with this. I love you guys. You're awesome. This is great. I'm having so much fun. You believe in the Big Bang Theory? Yes, I do believe in the Big Bang Theory. That the whole universe was the size of a pin and expanded into everything we have. Awesome. Do you believe there's life on other planets? Guys, I literally today, last night and today, watched the Bob Lazar documentary on Netflix. You guys have to watch it. If this guy's true, I'm not saying it is, he seems 100% like a reasonable person. I'm not saying he's not lying. We don't know because we're not in Bob Lazar's head. But you need to go watch it on Netflix. And if he's telling the truth, then it's 100% proven fact that alien spacecrafts have dropped onto planet Earth and we have evidence of alien technology. Is he for real? We don't know. Do I think that there's life on other planets? Absolutely, there has to be. It's statistically impossible for us to have the only life, but are we going to come in contact with that life anytime soon? I don't know. Is it intelligent life? Is it just plants? Is it organisms? We don't know. But considering how big the universe is, there probably are other planets with civilizations and everything, but it's just too large and distant to come into contact with them. You guys have to remember, our solar system, which is comprised of planets, is still a pinpoint in the cosmology of the universe. It's mind-blowing. I've taken astronomy classes in college. You know why it takes an hour to eat a bowl of fucking potatoes? Because I eat a bite and then I talk for 5 fucking minutes. Chill out. We are here by the grace of God. That is your opinion, and it's probably wrong, but you can have that opinion, and I love you. And it's all good. I'm not mad at you, but you can think that. I think you're a little crazy. Whoa, when she said, ooh, a couple of women, that's just because, like, okay, so she's saying that, Rachel's saying that in context of I'm DMing with a couple women. Because look, guys, just like in this live stream, I come out and say, hey guys, I'm lonely, I'm a 26-year-old, pretty fit man, I'm a nice guy, I have a business, I live a happy life, and I want to find a girlfriend. So, when some women DM me, I will talk to them. If 2 of them do, I will talk to them both, because I got to keep my options open here. So, it's not that I'm fooling around, I'm just talking to different people, and if one of them came and visited me, then I would stop the DMs with the other ones. I think that is very reasonable. Jackson, do you like to write? Have you ever considered writing a book? I am writing a book about my trip, so you guys get ready. I'm already well into the writing of it. It's a storytelling book of the craziest fucking stories of my journey from Alaska to Argentina, and when I'm done with the trip, I will have the book ready because I write the stories as they go. Maggie, don't eat trash. Come here. There's nothing in there for you. There's nothing good there for you, you little monster. Now, is my writing good? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see once I'm done. Would you circumcise your son? I do not think I believe in circumcision. I am circumcised, come from a Jewish family, but it's been pretty proven that circumcision, one, it results in a few deaths per year from infections. That's fucked up. And it's completely unnecessary, and it desensitizes the penis head a bit. I still am able to have great orgasms and all of that, but it's not as good as if I wasn't circumcised. That's a pretty proven fact. So I don't think that we should circumcise. I think it's penis cutting, and it's just not necessary. Hey, what did I say? No come basura, Maggie. What if Maggie was the size of a cow and you couldn't tell if she liked your kid riding him? Would you still... I don't even know what that means. Okay, so essentially you're saying, is it ethical to put a child on a cow? I think a young child on a cow would not hurt the cow physically, so sure, that's fine. If the cow was cool with it. What kind of question is that? Unacknowledged on Netflix is a recommendation from Julie. Interesting. Do you believe space can be curved effect objects or have a hole in it? I don't have the education to answer that. Is there any conspiracy theories you side with? Well, only factual ones. So, like, what's an example? I think it was proven that the Reagan administration planted drugs in the ghetto in order to lock up black people, for instance. That is a conspiracy that I believe was proven true. There's been many conspiracies that have been proven true. Debbie Wasserman Schultz, of the head of the DNC during the last presidential election, gave Hillary Clinton the questions before a town hall and did not give them to Bernie Sanders. That's a conspiracy theory against Bernie Sanders that she even admitted and then resigned. So yes, there are political conspiracy theories that are true, that are proven true, but here are the ones that I don't believe in. I don't believe in chemtrails, that the government is purposely spraying chemicals in order to negatively affect our weather and the human population in a negative way. I think that's ridiculous. I do not believe, what are some other conspiracy theories? I don't believe 9/11 was an inside job. What I do believe is that the reason that Al-Qaeda and some Muslim-dominated groups commit violence to the United States has to do with decades of foreign policy issues where the United States tries to take over communities and kills innocent civilians in order to take over territory for oil and stuff, which could have caused Al-Qaeda to be created and be mad at the United States in order for them to bomb to put planes in the World Trade Centers. But I don't think it was like literally an orchestrated job by the U.S. government. That makes sense. This is a crazy stream. I love it. All right, we got a super chat from Rebecca Abbott. She is Rebecca is from Tribeca in New York. She walks the streets on her feet, and she eats leeks that she finds in the grocery stores. New York has a ton of those and even mores. They don't have boars in the parks, but if it's dark and you look down and there's a spark, it might be a genie who just wants to have dinner with your little weenie. Thank you, Rebecca Abbott. You are supporting me in order to have these live streams and continue to inspire you guys to live the adventure, to fuck society in terms of society putting you down and telling you have to do certain things and you have to play it safe and don't go out and live crazy. Guys, the minute I surrendered everything that my teachers and parents said I had to live, like go to college and get a good career and get a house and be safe, I'm all about not hurting yourself, but look, for me, I didn't want that. I want to live the adventure. I want to be spiritually connected. I want to spend time in nature, and that's what I do, and you guys allow me to do that, so I inspire you to do it too, so thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, this is wild. We'll go for a few more minutes. Bob Lazar is a nut. I remember when he told those stories back in the 90s was a laughing stock when people discredited his claims. Interesting. I would love to learn that he is discredited. The documentary made him seem quite credible, so I need to look more into it. I mean, odds are, let's be honest, odds are he's lying or he was in odds are he's lying because why wouldn't anyone else from the Area 51 program come out as well? Why is it only him? It's pretty sketchy. I don't need a freestyle, Jackson. I'm logged off. Have a good night. That's funny. Well, I rapped about you anyways. Curved effect. Do you miss that Blonde's pizza on Telegraph at all? I don't really remember. Can you talk about music? What music do you listen to? Best musical experience? Okay, so I've been to a lot of live shows. I grew up in LA going to live shows. I've seen the Decemberists of Montreal, uh, New Pornographers, Justice, Del the Funky Homo Sapien, Devo, um, Animal Collective multiple times, uh, Fleet Foxes. I've seen a lot of live shows, gone to music festivals, seen Arcade Fire. Yes. So I've had tons of good ones. Some of my favorite shows, though, are either Animal Collective shows. Oh, I've seen Nako and Medicine for the People. I've seen Trevor Hall. Those are some of my favorite fun spiritual hippie shows. But of Montreal, go look them up. They have some of the best live shows ever. Oh, I've seen People Under the Stairs was a sick show. Um, but of Montreal has some crazy performances live, like with trippy ass shit. And it would be fun to smoke some weed my senior year of high school and go see of Montreal with friends. That's a beautiful, beautiful experience. So, what kind of music do I listen to now? Kind of my favorite bands these days are Bob Dylan, David Bowie, Velvet Underground, Animal Collective, Decemberists. Uh, I like new Justin Bieber stuff. I like Diplo. Uh, Here, let me go to my Spotify. I like the Fleet Foxes. I like some Kanye. I like Tegan and Sarah. I like Post Malone. I like Blink 182. I like Sufjan Stevens. Rodrigo y Gabriela, Rilo Kiley, Tyler the Creator, Dirty Projectors, Spiritualized, Cardi B, fucking Father John Misty, and the Shins. Those are some of my favorite bands. What's my favorite hot sauce? Sriracha's pretty good. I found some sriracha because Costa Rica has like a lot of Western products. But I'm actually eating a hot sauce that's just locally made also that I have. That's fucking amazing. So I love Chipotle Tabasco. Holy shit. Very good. This is a great chat. I love you guys. Doesn't Charles follow a lot of conspiracy theories? Yeah, no shit. He's a fucking kook. Like, he's all a part of that, all the craziness. And again, some conspiracy theories are real. Some aren't. He kind of believes in all of them. Are you a flat earther? Absolutely not. And if you are, fuck you. Just fuck you. I feel bad for you if you are. Can space, the lack of things, be called a thing? Yes and no, because, well, there isn't any real space, because in this empty space, there are chemicals floating around. So kind of all space is probably occupied for the most part, but you just can't see it all. So that's a very cool question. Very interesting. People believe in conspiracy theories that confirm their political biases. I agree. Oh, we got a super chat from Ali G. Oh my god, your name's Ali G. You know Ali G as in Sacha Baron Cohen's character Ali G? If you don't, you need to YouTube Ali G show. It's probably the best comedy show I've ever seen in the early 2000s. Hey, this is Allison Guerra. Oh, this is Allison Guerra. I rapped about you eating potatoes. Yo, can you tell my best friend Katie Triggs to throw it in a circle for a pimp, please, and thank you. Hey, Katie Triggs, you gotta throw it in a circle like a purple nurple for the pimp. He's not a wimp, he's just a blimp. Please and thank you, Katie Triggs. You got to throw it in a circle for a pimp. Because you don't want him to have a limp. You don't want him to eat shrimp. You want him to be a vegan pimp. There you go, Ali G. You're awesome. I don't know what inside joke you guys are having me be a part of, but I like it. It's funny. That's what this stream is about. I'm speaking mad truth, but I'm also being silly. I'm going to say something slightly controversial. But it doesn't need to be, and I don't give a shit because this is my channel. How come this is probably goes for everyone, so I'm admitting that I'm biased to my own self. But we're talking about people like Donald Trump, about Charles Marlowe. How come I think that like so many people are fucking crazy, but every single thing that I say is just like correct? Like how come I don't think I'm ever not telling the truth? Like for instance, when someone says, "Do you think the universe or like whatever you said, do you think the universe was created?" or and will it end? I don't give an answer to that because we don't know because I have not seen any scientific research to say so. So I will say, hey, I can't answer that. I don't have the information. That's what a rational person would do. I feel like I am a hyper rational person, but I guess everyone thinks that they're correct. So it's complicated, but I think I'm just so much more rational than most people. But it's probably my own bias. It's probably a part of the human experience. Very interesting. Circumcision can reduce cervical penile prostate cancer. Okay, so now this is interesting. Now I'm learning reasons why you should circumcise. So I guess what I'll have to do when I have a kid is research it more. So I guess I don't have enough information. Next travel destination or trips planned? Well, as you know, I'm currently biking from Alaska to Argentina. I'm about halfway. So I'm currently in Costa Rica, and my next countries, because I do it all by bicycle, I will hit Panama and then Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, and then Argentina and Chile. Maybe go to Paraguay and Uruguay and Brazil. I'm not sure yet, depending on if I want to fucking end this bike trip and get to Argentina in the next year, or if I want to extend it a bit and see more of the countries in the East. And then after this trip, I have no plans. I don't like to plan things. I like to be in the present moment. Rainbow Kitten Surprise is a great band. You might like to listen to your band. Okay, I will look them up. Thank you so much. I'm always looking for new music. I love music. Every single morning here in Costa Rica with Maggie. Maggie's always by my side, guys. Forever. You're my girl. I love you. Every morning, I put in my headphones and we bike to the beach, and I'm shirtless and I listen to music and I dance on the beach for like an hour every morning. It's beautiful here. I love Costa Rica. Rainbow Kitten Surprise. Awesome. Do you recommend an album? A certain album? Oh, they don't have many albums, so I'll just listen to the newest one. Thank you so much. This is so fun. You guys throw in some super chats. I'll keep rapping for you, and you're supporting the channel, so I appreciate you. Do you believe in man sandals, or are you strictly a sneaker wearer? No, I wear sandals on this trip. Come on, I'm in the tropics. You gotta wear sandals. You can't wear sneakers all the time. You remind me of Shia LaBeouf. That's funny. I love Shia LaBeouf. I love him in Holes. I love him in Even Stevens. He's a big part of my childhood, so thank you. Although he's had some crazy controversies, but I like his acting. Thanks, man. Vegan for life, potatoes for life. Me too. Ali G knows what's up. She's rational. She's not crazy. We are people of the potato. Where's that mosquito? Trying to suck my blood. Like the botfly that was sucking the blood out of my head. But it's gone and I'm all healed, and it's pretty much the most exciting thing in my life because I don't have a botfly in my head for the first time in 5 months. Yay! If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my video. Do I think Charles is crazy? 100%. Yes. Dude, me and Alison Guerra were just having this conversation about everyone thinking they're rational, including ourselves. That's so interesting. I guess everyone kind of thinks that. You have to fully understand cognitive bias when you see how others and both are biased. Yes. If you listen to Rainbow Kitten Surprise, listen to Devil Like Me. I will. Left equals champions of underdog. Right equals supporters of civilization and order. I mean, it's not like a perfect thing, but okay. I doubt Charles is sober like he claims. Well, he might be sober, but he used to be a drug addict. So, are you still traveling? Yes, guys. I live on a bicycle. I got here by bicycle. And when I leave this Airbnb that I'm chilling at, because I have to kill time because my retreat is in a month and a half, but I'm already very close to the retreat center where we're having it in the Airbnb, I simply rented this apartment for a month, and Maggie and I are going to the beach, and I'm making YouTube videos, and I'm writing my book, and I am talking to people and relaxing and working out and living my life. But yes, I am on the road. I am in Costa Rica, and when I leave here, I get back on the bicycle and we keep on biking. Okay, well, I answered everything. We've been on here for quite some time, so there's no more questions. I've filled in all of the answers on the questions. So thank you so much. You guys are awesome. This was good fun. Let's do it again soon. Go watch my videos. Much love, Dream Extreme.